Hey guys, and welcome to a brand new video here on FPL Now. Today I'm going to be reviewing more of your final Game Week 1 teams before the season starts on Friday. So if you're excited for the video, drop a like down below, leave a comment. What is your Game Week 1 team looking like right now? Of course, if you want me to review it, send it to my Twitter. The link is in the description down below. Subscribe if you're brand new though, and let's get into the video. So, starting things off, I'm going to be going over 4 drafts today. This is the first one, and straight off the bat, I see a massive problem with your goalkeeper area. You've got 2 4-mil keepers on your team, which obviously is just not good at all because neither of them are going to play. I know obviously Forster plays for Spurs. They've just signed him, and Spurs have really good fixtures, but there's no way that Forster is going to play over Lloris. So yeah, definitely have to get rid of one of these 4-mil keepers. You're going to need to find 0.5 from somewhere to upgrade one of them into like a Raya or a Henderson or a Pickford or something like that. But yeah, that is one thing that 100% needs to happen like straight away before Friday. Otherwise you will have no playing keeper and you're going to have to take hits and stuff elsewhere to get players in and out. And then also the bench as well. You've got 2 4-mil defenders there as well with Nico Williams and Phillips. Nico Williams, fantastic option this season. I think he's going to be really good. Phillips hasn't signed for Bournemouth yet, and look, the deal could still go through, but if it doesn't, then you do not want Phillips in your team at all, just simply because you're going to have like another 4-mil defender that's not going to play. And to be fair, I'm not really sure where all your money's gone. Obviously, this is like a freemium draft because you've got Salah, Son, and Haaland. But I don't really think you need like Murphy in this team. Obviously, Andreas Pereira there as well for 4.5. I would probably downgrade. It's tough because when you have a freemium like this, where you have 3 premium players, your team is going to take hits all over the shop. And this is like a perfect example of it. Again, it could pay off for you, but it also might not, and you could be in the situation where, like, let's say Reece James gets injured or something like that, and then you got obviously bring another player, or someone like I don't know, Neto gets injured as well. You can't really get money from anywhere else to kind of substitute that player. Especially when Greenwood and Phillips aren't really going to play. Nico Williams will play, so he's obviously a good sub. But yeah, I definitely think the team needs a bit of work. Personally, I would get rid of Son and downgrade it to an 8-mil midfielder, either Saka, Foden, Diaz, or Mount. Either one of those 4, and then that gives you 4 mil to kind of upgrade the rest of your team. So 0.5 is going to be used on your goalkeeper because that needs to happen straight away. And then you have 3.5 mil elsewhere on your team to kind of upgrade things. I know it sucks not having Son in your team because of how well he played last season. But one player, it's not worth having like one really good player for like 4 of your other players to be like really bad options, because if you have that extra 3.5, you can upgrade Phillips to a Dallo, who is going to play. It looks really sharp pre-season. Then you've got 3 mil left, and you can easily upgrade like Murphy or, you know, your striker or something like that. So that's what I would personally do. But yeah, I definitely think this team needs a bit of work, and straight away your goalkeepers need to change, because you're literally going to be going into every single game week with 10 players because neither Forster or Gazzaniga is going to like play. So anyway, that's the first draft. The second draft is this one. So this looks very, very template. This is literally one of the most kind of like this is a template where, you know, when you go over like the most owned players and stuff, this is probably what you're going to come up with. It's a really good draft. You know, Ramsdale in goal. Arsenal have been really good pre-season. And yeah, their fixture run is just absolutely ridiculous. 5 at the back as well. Cancelo, Trent, Robertson, James, and Perisic. Again, like very, very template, but there's a reason it's template. Is because it's good. You know, it's going to be a really nice back 5 this season, as long as Perisic gets like minutes and stuff like that. But yeah, Cancelo, Trent, Robertson, and James, obviously we saw what they did last season. But yeah, a really, really good back there, back 5, and Ramsdale in goal. You got your Arsenal defense, you got your Chelsea defense, you got your City defense, you got double Liverpool defense. You've kind of done really well to bring in like a player from each different defense that should do well this season. So yeah, I'd feel really, really confident with that going into the season. And honestly, the rest of your team looks really nice as well. Like Salah, Neto, and Martinelli. Like Martinelli seems to be playing that left wing role for Arsenal every single game. You know, he played a lot in pre-season, got a lot of assists under his belt, and he's 6 mil cheaper than Jesus and Saka. So if you were only wanted to bring in one Arsenal player from that like front 3, or an attacking Arsenal player, you know, he's 2 mil cheaper. Of course, he's not on penalties or anything like that, and he probably will get minutes managed a tiny bit. But to save you 2 mil and be able to put that elsewhere, it's probably going to be worth it. And then Neto, yeah, with Jimenez being injured, could play as a false 9. But yeah, I think Neto is just probably the best Wolves attacker that you could probably have right now. And then, yeah, Salah. And then Kane and Jesus as well. Again, got that Spurs attack. Jesus for the Arsenal attack. Obviously, triple Arsenal in this draft. No City attack, which I'm a tiny bit worried about with this draft, but again, there's a lot of rotation in that City up front. You know, Grealish might be getting a lot more minutes this season. Foden might be getting a lot more minutes. Obviously, Haaland's been brought in. You've got De Bruyne and stuff. But then you've still got like Mahrez and Bernardo Silva and all these other players that, you know, will also rotate in and out of the team. But yeah, all in all, I think this is a really nice draft. I also like the Ward pick as well for your 4 mil keeper, because if Schmeichel does end up going, we did hear Brendan Rodgers say, you know, Ward is an exceptional keeper. You know, he's more than capable of taking that number 1 spot. And then he said that they'll have to get another goalkeeper for backup. So if Schmeichel does go, we have Ward, who is a 4 mil playing keeper. And so I advise everyone just to bring in Ward, because you're not going to worry about owning triple Leicester this season, probably. And I know there is another keeper that has gone. I think he's either gone on loan or he's been transferred out, which is obviously nice to have, because I know they won't play, but they're also locked into 4 mil. You know, they're going to be in that price range, most likely. So yeah, either that goalkeeper or Ward, I think, are really good options. But yeah, if Schmeichel goes, Ward should be on like every single team sheet, just like Nico Williams and stuff, if you're not going for a back 5, obviously. But yeah, and then also the bench, Pereira, De Silva and Archer. Yeah, I really like this team. Honestly, I'd give this a fat like 9 out of 10. You know, it's literally the template team going into the season. Next up, we have this team here. So Raya in goal. Again, for me, the best 4.5 mil keeper. At the back, we've got Trent, Trippier, Zinchenko, and Cancelo. So got the Arsenal defense, got the City defense, got the Liverpool defense. There's no Chelsea defense here, which, you know, like going into the season, I would have, like, going into the preseason, I would have been like, what? Like, you need Chelsea defense? I mean, at one point, I had Mendy, Chilwell, and James. But they've been so poor preseason, I kind of understand it. As long as you're using that money elsewhere and it's benefiting you. I think if Reece James obviously does do really well, because a lot of people are owning him, then obviously it will hurt you. But at the same time, hopefully Trippier can score a free kick every now and again or something. Zinchenko should do well at Arsenal. It'll be interesting to see how he kind of works with Tierney and stuff. But then, yeah, obviously got Cancelo and Trent in the back line there as well. In midfield, we have 2 8 mil midfielders. We have Mount and Diaz. So you do still have a way into that Chelsea team there. Obviously with their really good fixtures. The thing about having an 8 mil midfielder as well is there's so many options that you can downgrade Mount to, which is really nice. Which is obviously something you can't do with like Neto and stuff, because there's not that many 5.5 mil options. There's a few 6 mil options, you know, likes of Lingard, Martinelli, and Bruno and stuff like that. But yeah, having the luxury of being able to downgrade to pretty much everybody with Mount is nice, if, you know, if Chelsea do not hit the ground running. But it's a pretty nice midfield as well. I do like Mount, Salah, Neto, and Diaz. Again, a little bit like worried about Mount and how he's going to perform in that Chelsea team, but you know, he should play really, really well. And then up front, yeah, Jesus and Kane, and then the bench they've got the keeper that I was talking about, Matthews, Nico Williams, Andres Pereira, and then Archer as well. I mean, it could be really any 4.5 mil striker. A few of them have scored goals pre-season, like the likes of Taylor for Forest and stuff like that. But whether they get any minutes in the actual Prem, probably not. But yeah, all in all, this is an okay team. You know, I don't think there's really too much wrong with it. I think that it might hurt not having a Chelsea defender, but at the same time, they've been so poor, you might be able to get away with it. But yeah, I like the team 100%, and yeah, I could see this being a pretty nice Game Week 1 team. And then finishing things off, we have the final draft that I'm going to be going over. In goal, we have Sanchez and Gaeta. I don't necessarily think you need 2 keepers this season. I think one 4.5 mil keeper is going to be enough. I know some people like doing it to kind of rotate them with good fixtures. I don't know how well Crystal Palace and Brighton's fixtures rotate. You know, the person that made this draft might know a little bit better than me, and maybe they rotate really well, which is fair enough if they do, because you always have like a keeper with a good fixture. But the thing is, with teams like Crystal Palace and Brighton, you know, that it's not like it's a Liverpool and a City. You know, just because they have a good fixture, they're probably going to still concede. So I don't necessarily think it's worth it. And so I would probably downgrade a Gaeta into a 4 mil keeper, probably bring in Ward for Leicester, and then, yeah, have Sanchez as your primary keeper. The back line, I think, needs a bit of sorting out. Obviously, you've got Trent in there, but then Cash, Anderson, and Gabriel. You do have the Arsenal defense, but I mean, I think Tomiyasu is a much better option than Gabriel. And I think, isn't Gabriel like 5 mil? I mean, Zinchenko is also right there too. I think there's much better options there for your Arsenal defender there. Cash, I mean, Aston Villa have like 2 good fixtures at the start of the season, and then it goes like terribly wrong. So I don't really think Cash is really needed. You have better options at that price point, like Trippier and stuff like that. And then Anderson as well. Crystal Palace have an awful run of fixtures. I wouldn't really go into this season with any Crystal Palace players at all. They've got like Arsenal, then Liverpool, then like City and stuff like that. It's awful. So yeah, going in, and especially with a defender as well, I don't think you're going to be getting any points from Crystal Palace defenders there. It's a reason that a lot of people don't bring Zaha into the team, because he is only 7 mil this season on penalties, but their fixturing is just so bad at the start of the season, it's not really worth it. And then in midfield, we have Salah. Bailly is a bit risky. He has played well pre-season, but of course, if he doesn't get minutes, you're kind of stuck into that 5 mil player. And then again, Bruno, it could play well this season. Again, obviously had a really good season last time, but we'll have to see how he performs. De Bruyne as well. This is like the first draft that I've seen with De Bruyne and Haaland as well. So double City attack there. I know that the fixtures are really, really nice. But I don't know, like Salah, De Bruyne, and Haaland, I'd probably have to downgrade De Bruyne and use that money elsewhere to sort out the likes of Anderson and Cash and Bailly, because I think it's so risky going into the season with those players. And then on your bench, you've got Gaeta. Guy, you've actually got triple Crystal Palace. So I'm guessing this is a Crystal Palace fan that made this draft, because I don't really see any other reason as to go into the start of the season with 3 Crystal Palace players, because their fixture is just so bad. Also got Winks as well. I'm not sure how much Winks is this season. But either way, I don't think you necessarily need him in your team. Andres Pereira is right there, and he's going to be playing every single game. So yeah, I'd bring him in. If Winks is 4.5, if he's any more than that, then definitely get rid of him. And then Greenwood a striker as well. So yeah, I mean, I think Cash, Anderson, and Bailly are the biggest problems in this team. You don't need 2 4.5 mil keepers. Gabriel, there's much better Arsenal options as well for that price point. So yeah, I'd have to sort those out. But yeah, that is kind of just going over 4 drafts for FPL. Again, Friday the season starts. If you want to send me any more, I'll probably do another one of these videos on like Thursday or something like that. I'm going to do my final team reveal on Wednesday, which is tomorrow. And then yeah, Thursday I'll do like another one of these videos if you guys want to send me your drafts and stuff. And then Friday we'll probably do like a pre-season, a pre-stream or something like that. And yeah, see how that goes. Either way though, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed, drop a like, leave a comment, subscribe if you're brand new, and yeah, best of luck with the start of the season. Until next time, peace.